UFC 278, we have another prediction video. Marcin Tybura versus Alexandre Romanov. The first fighter we have is Marcin Tybura. He's 22-7, 9 wins by knockout, 6 wins by submission, and 7 wins by decision. And that's what Marcin is known for. He's very well-rounded. He's good everywhere. He's one of the most well-rounded guys in the heavyweight division in UFC. He has 7 losses, 4 by knockout, and 3 by decision. And he has 0 losses by submission, which is very interesting because the guy he's fighting against, Alexandre Romanov, is a dangerous grappler. Marcin has really good takedowns, solid takedown defense. His takedown defense is 82%, which is very interesting because that's the only way his opponent, Alexandre, is going to win. And he has okay hands, decent power, but he's pretty technical. One thing I noticed from Marcin is that like a lot of the fights that he lost, he couldn't really get the takedowns. Even though Marcin is a fundamentally good striker, his game plan is really to get his opponent down to the ground. That's where he's the safest. That's his best path to victory. When you look at fights like Alexander Volkov, he wasn't able to get the takedown. Even in the first round against Alexander, he was able to reverse the position and end up on top of Marcin and win the round because of that. Which he had a couple rounds against Alexander where he didn't look bad. It just Alexander is a tall, long fighter who is a veteran and who is experienced fighting top-notch heavyweights. His best round against Alexander was the second round where he was able to land more significant strikes. But that's the thing with Marcin. He has the takedowns, but he hasn't really shown devastating knockout power, the same power that a lot of guys in the heavyweight division has, which is not the worst thing because even so, he was able to go on a 5-fight win streak. The only thing is, some of the guys he beat on the win streak were guys who were not in the top 10. He went on to lose the decision to Alexander Volkov, but prior to that, he fought Walt Harris. Walt was able to blitz him, hurt him, but then again, started to slow down, and Marcin was able to take him down and ground and pound him. The same thing with Greg. Greg had moments too where he hurt Marcin, but in the second round, Marcin was able to take him down and ground and pound him too. Toughest opponent who he beat by far is Sergei. Marcin was able to take him down the first and third round. In the second round, reverse position and control Sergei from the top for most of the second round. And that's the beautiful thing about Marcin Tybura. Because even though he's good everywhere but not great anywhere, he can fight with a game plan. He's one of the smarter fighters in the heavyweight division. He will find a way to win. But the only thing is, it looks like he has a ceiling. It looks like whenever he fights guys in the top 10, he typically loses. When he fights the Fabricios, when he fights the Derrick Lewises, and when he fights the Shamils, the Augustos, he loses all those fights. It's almost like he lacks some of the juice that some of the other heavyweights have. The guy he's fighting against name is Alexandre Romanov. Alexander is 16-0, he's undefeated, 6 wins by knockout, which a lot of them came from taking his opponent down and ground and pounding them. 9 of his wins comes from submission, so that's where he's the most dangerous in his fights. And 1 win by decision. And then 1 win he won by decision was against Juan Espino. And that fight was weird because it looked like before the fight that Alexander had a grappling advantage, but there were moments where Juan was able to take Alexander down surprisingly and win in certain scrambles and transitions. Against Juan, it looked like Juan actually was able to take down Alexander twice in the first round, but in the second round it was all about Alexander. He landed more significant strikes on the feet and he was able to get a takedown and control Juan on the ground for more than 3 minutes. The third round, Juan was dominating Alexander. He took him down multiple times and was controlling him against the cage. It looked like Alexander was starting to fade, like he was tired, but then Juan had him against the cage in a clinch and he landed an illegal strike to the groin and they ended up stopping the fight, and Alexander ended up winning a split technical decision. But that was the first time we've seen Alexander in any kind of danger. His last fight was against Chase Sherman. This fight was a quickie, it didn't last long. Alexander was able to take him down multiple times. One of the takedowns, he even picked him up and slammed him. It looked like he German suplexed him, but he was able to finish Chase from a key lock. This fight before that, he fought against Jared Vandera. He was able to take Jared down over 5 times with 70% accuracy with his takedowns and control him on the ground for more than 6 minutes. And eventually in the second round, he was able to finish him from strikes. This matchup benefits Alexander. To be honest, I think Marcin has a chance in this fight if he can keep the fight standing, because Marcin's 82% takedown defense is going to come to play majorly. I wouldn't be surprised if Marcin actually put together a game plan. I wouldn't be surprised if Marcin is able to take Alexander down and not finish him, but at least win rounds. You know what? I'm going with Marcin on this one. Like Alexander, his toughest opponent was Juan Espino, and he almost lost that fight, but he hasn't really fought nobody elite yet. Marcin is his toughest opponent yet. I think Marcin is going to win by 3-round decision. I think Marcin is going to put together a game plan, stuff the takedowns, and find a way to win this one. I'm choosing Marcin by decision.